Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. All right, everybody. I'm back. Gonna be back. So it's been a few days, frankly, since we talked about a program and a team and a coach that we talk about a lot here on the Aaron Torres Pod and Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel. That is Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. It was obviously Thanksgiving week. A lot of you hitting me up. Torres, when are you going to react to all the craziness around Colorado? They not only destroy Oklahoma State on senior day to get to 9-3, they also went on an insane recruiting run on Thanksgiving night. So I want to go ahead and break down all of it. Before we do, a couple quick things. One, make sure that you are following our Torres on CU page. That's all Colorado all the time, all my clips, all this, all that, all things Colorado. And there is a lot to discuss. There's going to be a lot to discuss with the recruiting that's coming up in the portal the next few weeks, plus bowl games, etc. Also worth noting, I'm recording before the results of the Iowa State and BYU games on Saturday. So there's a possibility that by the time you wake up, by the time you watch this, Colorado is playing for a Big 12 championship. But even if they don't, I don't think that we should diminish or underappreciate what Coach Prime has done this year. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that has happened the last couple of days, why I'm so excited about the present, but also the future of this program. All right, so let's break it down. First of all, I don't know where you were on Black Friday. I don't know if you were at the mall, if you were shopping. I don't even know if we have malls anymore. I don't know if you were with family. But yeah, on senior day, Colorado laid the wood to Oklahoma State. Final score 52-0. Okay, listen, I could break this down from all angles. And listen, I also know that Oklahoma State just frankly is not very good. 3-9 is what they finished. They kind of quit about 3, 4, probably 5 weeks ago. And they certainly quit in this game. But it also, we should not diminish what was done as Colorado is up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. They cruise to that 52-0 victory. And obviously, look, a couple things stand out in this game. Shedeur Sanders in his final game in Boulder, close to 500 yards passing, 5 passing touchdowns. Yes, 3 of them went to Travis Hunter. Yes, Travis Hunter gave us the Heisman pose. And yes, I do believe that Travis Hunter is on his way to earning the Heisman Trophy. I think that result just about clinched the Heisman Trophy for the Colorado Buffaloes. I think it's also worth noting we've talked all year long about the improved defense. They haven't gotten enough credit because of the fact that Travis Hunter is playing at a Heisman level, because Shedeur Sanders is as good as any quarterback in college football. But let's just take half a second to appreciate and acknowledge that defense, which on the day, how about this? 147 yards of total offense allowed. 77 yards passing. Oklahoma State, 12 of 34 passing, 2.3 yards per carry. Oh, by the way, 70 yards rushing in that game. And then to kind of single out a couple guys, and we've done this a lot because I just don't think the defense gets enough credit, but 8 TFLs, 3 sacks. All the usual suspects were in on the action. Keaton Wade with 1.5 TFLs and a half a sack. On top of that, Arden Walker had a sack. He's been playing so well over the last couple weeks. Cameron Soman Craig with a tackle for loss, half a tackle for loss. You go on and on down the list. So many contributors, and I don't want to, because we focus so much on Travis, because we focus so much on Shedeur, underappreciate what Robert Livingston, what friend of the Aaron Torres pod, Damian Lewis, the defensive line coach, all that defensive staff have done this year. And so when I look at the big picture, this is what has me so excited. One, I don't think there is any doubt, any dispute, any debate that what Coach Prime has done over the last couple of years to get this program into the position that they are right now, it's as impressive as anything that we have seen in college football over the last couple of years, okay? Because listen, we've gone over this. It is water under the bridge right now, but the program that he took over was so bad, so terrible, so embarrassing. We've gone over this. I don't even want to do it again, but I will, just for the sake of understanding just how bad it was before he got there. Just look at some of the scores of Colorado games before he got there. They lose 38-13 to TCU, 41-10 to Air Force. They lost by 31 points to Air Force. They lose by 42 to Minnesota. They lose by 38 to UCLA. They lose by 23 to Arizona. They lose by 31 to Oregon State. They lose by 39 to Oregon. They lose by 34 to USC. They lose by 47 to Washington and 42 to Utah. It wasn't just that this team was losing games. It was that they were getting embarrassed. And so to go back to what we talked about all last year, what Coach Prime did last year was actually kind of incredible. From 1-11 and blowouts to 4-8, win 3 of your first 4, or what? I can't even remember what it was overall. But the bottom line is, what would they start? They started 3-0 and 4 of their first 5. Is that right? 4 of their first 6. So they start 4-2. Yes, I know they didn't finish strong, but when you go from 1-11 to 4-8, that is an improvement. And then what they have done this year is incredible. Beyond that, it's worth noting. Think about where this program is right now. Think about what they've done. Not only 9-3, as I said, I don't know quite yet if they're playing for a Big 12 title, but it doesn't change the fact that think about where this program is in position to be. They're in position to have the Heisman Trophy winner. Listen, I don't want to diminish what Ashton Jeanty has done to prop up Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is going to win the Heisman. He should win the Heisman. He will win the Heisman. Listen, you get into so many dumb debates on social media. Again, make sure you're following Torres on CU. No dumb debates there. And you see all the stupid stuff about, is he this? Is he that? Listen, the kid is unbelievable. First of all, set a Colorado receiving record this year in terms of total touchdown passes received this year. Finished with 14 touchdowns, 1,152 yards, 92 catches. And oh, by the way, on defense, he was just as good. And don't tell me the stats weren't good. Nobody threw the ball at him. So Travis Hunter is going to rightfully win the Heisman. Shedeur was the best quarterback in college football. And I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think it is way too early to know because we don't know the draft order. But oh, by the way, I don't think it's crazy to think that Colorado ends up with the number 1 and number 2 picks in the draft. I think Shedeur is probably going number 1 because everybody needs a quarterback, and then we'll see what happens from there. But there's no great quarterbacks outside Shedeur. I like Cam Ward. I don't love him. I like Quinn Ewers. I don't love him. I like a couple of these other guys. I don't love them. So would it be that crazy for Travis Hunter to go number 2? Lockdown corner that maybe you can use in the receiving game. Lockdown corner that maybe can be your second or third receiver. Why not? I think it's a possibility that Colorado, 2 years after going 1-11, has the Heisman Trophy winner and the number 1 and number 2 overall picks. And it just comes back to Coach Prime, who he is, what he's about in this program. Finally, let me say this. I think if you're a Colorado fan, you got to be excited about the future. By the way, one other thing about Coach Prime really quick before we get to the future. Loved what he said after the game. Said, oh, by the way, wherever we play our final game, hope we're playing at home. Hope we're playing close to home. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But he said, hope we're playing close to home. But wherever we play, our guys are playing. Our guys are playing. There's no opt-outs. What you start, you finish in this program. I freaking love that, okay? Because so much of college football, so much of the non-Colorado fan, they hate Coach Prime. Oh, he's about this. He talks to me. He does that. Coach Prime is everything that you want your college football coach to be. Okay, bottom line, end of story. That's the truth. All these people that they want their code, Coach Prime is old school. Coach Prime holds his players accountable. And Coach Prime said, hey, by the way, you started with us. You're finishing with us. You're going to play in that bowl game no matter where it is because you're representing this university until the day that you're not anymore. So I love that. And then finally, like I said, man, oh man, is that future bright, okay? Because remember, what was so cool about this weekend for Colorado, it wasn't just about the present, but it was about the future. First of all, shame on Coach Prime. I'm going to go ahead and give Coach Prime a little bit of a lecture here. Coach Prime, if you're listening, I want you to pay attention. If you're going to have 4 kids commit, can you not do it on Thanksgiving night at 11 p.m. Eastern when I can't react to it? Listen, I understand you want them to go on with Shannon and Chad Ochocinco, the Nightcap show. They do a great job. I'm not envious that they got all those commitments, but you couldn't have done it on a Wednesday. You couldn't have done it on a Tuesday. You had to do it the day of Thanksgiving before you play a game when I can't even get 24 hours to react to it. So you look at what Colorado did over the weekend, and if you missed it, Thanksgiving night, this is what Colorado did, okay? All on Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco. Again, I think he just goes by Ocho now, but Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp. But 4-star, edge, London Merritt, class of 2025, was committed to Ohio State. Boom, flips to Colorado. Oh, by the way, 4-star offensive tackle Carday Smith was committed to USC, decommitted a few weeks ago. Boom, commits to Colorado. Oh, by the way, 4-star wide receiver Quentin Gibson commits to Colorado. Oh, by the way, I got to look this up. Alex McPherson was committed to Oklahoma State. 3-star, 4-star, depending on what recruiting service you look at. Boom, commits to Colorado. And so Colorado, over the course of an hour on Thanksgiving night, picks up 4 different commitments. All of them are rated 4-star or better, according to virtually every recruiting service. And all of a sudden, they have the 32nd ranked recruiting class in all of college football. And what's so impressive about it is that doesn't sound great until you factor in they only have 15 commitments, and most everybody else around them has 33, 28, 22. They only got 15 players committed. And so Coach Prime, he's only going to take the best of the best out of high school. We know he is going to kill the portal. Cannot wait for that to happen. So I'm fascinated to see what happens. I'm fascinated to see where things go from here. And I'm fascinated to just see what's next. What I do know is next, though, is that he is going to have a very competitive team and a very fun team next year. Juju Lewis is committed. All those 4 5-stars are committed. Jordan Seaton is coming back. There is a lot of reason for enthusiasm. I will still say we got a week and a couple days until National Signing Day. UCF just lost their coach, Gus Malzahn, who took the Florida State offensive coordinator job. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime picks off a couple kids from there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime gets a couple more kids in the lead up to signing day. So it's going to be a fun time. And oh, by the way, the portal, he's going to murder. So it's going to be a fun time. I appreciate everybody's support. This program, it is just a rocket ship ascending. I cannot wait to see what the future holds. The present is awesome. I appreciate everybody for watching our Colorado coverage over the course of the season. Here's the good news. We ain't slowing down. We're talking a bunch of portal. We'll talk postseason. We got a lot more Colorado to do here. So make sure you're subscribed to the Aaron Torres Pod and Aaron Torres Pod YouTube. New clips, new videos going up every single day. And oh, by the way, make sure you are following our Torres on CU page, Torres on CU. Lastly, I should mention, if you do want to help the show, we got our primetime t-shirts, baby. That's right. Prime time. You can get them at aarontorresonline.com/merchandise. You want to help support the show, get our primetime tee, aarontorresonline.com